Is player development necessary at the high school level? Absolutely. That is a fact to me. I've been a high school coach. I'm passionate about the high school level. I was there for 6 years, and I see and have seen now that I've done player development for 6 years at 3 universities, University of Houston, Kansas, and Baylor. I've been able to see, man, if we would have had these systems in place when I was a high school coach, we would have helped so many athletes. And the numbers alone, according to the National Football Foundation, there are 1.04 million high school football players, and only 7.8 of them make it to play college football. So you're talking about millions of kids, right? Millions of kids. So we want to develop everybody. I think the plan could develop everybody, but what about that 92.2% that are not playing college football? How many of them are going to college? How many of them have already said, you know what, I'm going straight into the workforce? That is a huge number. 1 million Americans playing high school football. Yes, player development programs are necessary at the high school level. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what you need to do to create your player development plan today. If you're a high school coach, athletic director, principal, if you're a parent of a high school or whatever it may be, I'm going to help you through this process and give you information on how I can help you with an even more detailed plan to impact the 1 million Americans playing high school football. Hello. My name is Ed Jones. I'm the founder of Beyond the Field Player Development. And as I said earlier, I spent 6 years in the role at the college football Division I level, University of Houston, University of Kansas, and Baylor University. After that, I've transitioned into running beyond the field and just taking it to the next level because I am a big believer that player development is needed at every level in every sport. At Beyond the Field, we help impactful people like yourself. You're watching this, you're impactful, create player development plans. You heard me talk about it. Coaches, what is your plan of execution? What is your plan of execution to develop every single person in your locker room? 7.8 overall go play college football. But I've been in schools where we didn't have anybody play college football, and we may have had 20% of the team go to college. Once again, we want to develop everybody because college football is not the answer per se to development. It's not like what I used to tell athletes all the time is if you go play college football, it's not one step closer to the NFL. You're one step away from high school football. Now, with that said, in the college football setting, specifically where I've been at the Division I level and a lot of other levels in the college football space and college athletics, if you're another coach of another sport, there are a lot of support systems. Shout out to all the academic supporters and all the support staff that help these athletes on campus. But even with that, how do you develop the player that says, you know what, I want to get straight into the workforce. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to be an entrepreneur, whatever it may be. How are you developing those players that are in your locker room? Because I know every coach watching this wants to make an impact. Every coach watching this wants their player to come back 10 years later with their kids or 15 years later or 20 years later with their family and say, Coach, thank you. Thank you for the seed you sowed in my life. Thank you so much. You're watching this and you're still here because you want to make impact. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back. We're going to go back to 2022, episode number 21. We have over 120 episodes. This is a throwback. But in this episode, we're going to dive back into it. And I'm going to talk to coaches about the three ways you can create a player development outline for right now. Those three ways of personal wellness, community impact, and career development. I'm going to talk about that deeper in this episode. I don't want to take too much away from you. Thank you so much for watching this. Like and subscribe, and here we go. Let's check it out. All right, so today we begin the Beyond the Field summer sessions. In this episode, I'm sharing the way to create a player development program for high school athletic departments. I am passionate about high school athletics because I was a coach for 6 years at the high school level. In that time, I coached football, basketball, baseball, and boys and girls soccer. I'm excited to share what I've learned on the collegiate level with the awesome coaches and administrators on the high school level. This episode will help those coaches and administrators who want to provide greater experiences for their athletes. For the new listeners tuning in, thank you for being here. I want to start off by giving the definition of player development. I define player development as the enhancement of the student athlete and their experience
through holistic and intentional development. I tell student athletes and recruits that player development is like the chocolate protein shake they take after a workout. The shake doesn't and can't substitute the workout, but it does enhance it and can bring the results to a greater level. The 3 pillars of the Beyond the Field player development program are personal wellness, community impact, and career development. This player development structure was created to ensure generational impact would occur in the lives of those in the program. This is the framework in which we will use for this episode to help you create player development at the high school level. The first pillar we will discuss is personal wellness. There are many internal and external struggles associated with being a student athlete. This area helps provide programming that covers many areas of wellness. These programs bring health, healing, and understanding to the student athletes. The 5 areas of the personal wellness aspect of player development are financial, mental, physical, spiritual, and social. To provide development for your athletes' financial wellness, you can do the following. Bring in a financial professional to come in and educate the players on the financial decisions they will make in this time of life. The professional could cover budgeting, saving, and online banking. A lot of your players have or will be getting jobs. Providing this financial education early will help create generational impact. To provide development for your athletes' mental wellness, you can do the following. Use the counselors on your campus to provide valuable growth for your players. The counselors on your campus provide many certified professionals on campus who are there to help your players. You could bring in the counselors to speak to the entire team once or twice a month on a myriad of topics. Please ensure you are creating avenues to help encourage your student athletes to take care of their mental health. To provide development for your athletes' physical wellness, you can do the following. Communicate their physical workout and conditioning plan to players. Let them know how and why this plan benefits them. I've had the pleasure of working with incredible staffs at the collegiate level, and they all did a phenomenal job of explaining training. Encourage and create more times for players to engage with sports medicine professionals on campus or in the district or in the community. Provide these professionals with opportunities to speak about recovery and other techniques that will ensure the player's max potential. Create workshops to discuss nutrition and diet. At these workshops, you can also address the harmful things they could put in their bodies. Encourage sleep and other recovery methods. Sleep is huge, and high schoolers must understand its importance. Create trust in this area where players can come to you and will feel safe talking about what's going on in their lives. So in that wellness piece, that physical piece, you want to create an environment where they can come to you and address the things that are going on. To provide development for your athlete's spiritual wellness, you can do the following. Create avenues for players to get the support they need in the faith they may have. In my career, I was able to lead chapel a few times, and I enjoy providing that spiritual development for the student athletes. There are many individuals in your communities who are willing and can help with the spiritual development of your players. To provide development for your athlete's social wellness, you can do the following. Create a mentorship program in your athletic department, older players and younger players. This is commonly known as Big Brother program, former players and current players, teachers and players, and the community and players. This provides an avenue for your player to speak and grow with someone who isn't a coach, with another adult or another player. It helps them grow socially. Create a leadership council with accountable players on your team who are able to represent their teammates. Create committees in which players can provide their voice to topics they're passionate about. I did this at Kansas. This is documented in the episode, What's the Best Initiative I've Ever Done? But committees really open it up for our players to give their voice. Have the coaching staff speak on a character trait each week and how players can develop said trait. Encourage athletes to join student organizations on campus. When I was an athlete, I was part of, Future Business Leaders of America, Student Council. It allowed me to meet other people and to grow as an individual. So all that covers the personal wellness pillar. Now let's move on to the community impact pillar. All right, I hope you enjoyed the first pillar, talking about personal wellness. Yes, there is so much you can do there to help your athletes. You're probably watching this and you're like, man, this is awesome. This information is awesome, but you want to create a more detailed plan. I can help you. I help impactful people like yourself create player development plans. Click the link in the show notes
Fill out the survey. Let's set up a meeting and let's talk about how we together, me and you, can create a plan that will enhance the experience of your athletes that are on your campus. And if you got anything from it that has helped you, impacted you, or if you got notes, you're sitting there like, man, I got all these notes, click the like button, subscribe, and share this with another high school coach you know, or athletic director, or a principal. I want to help the high school athletes that are playing high school football. I want to work with you. I want to help other people. Let's make it happen. Let's develop those who are playing high school football. All right, that's enough for me. Let me let you get back to 2022.
When we speak of community impact, we know there is a great need for care and assistance in local communities. This area helps provide programming opportunities for student athletes to engage the community. This assistance brings positive influence, which leaves behind personal impact for all involved. The 4 areas of the community aspect of player development are children, the environment, health, and hunger. When speaking of impacting the children of your community, which many of you already do, you can tangibly create impactful experiences for the future athletes in your program. These children in your community will put on the uniforms that the players you have right now have on now. You can partner with feeder elementary schools and middle schools and feeder youth sports organizations. The time your program spends with the children of your community will have a direct effect on your program. I will say that again. The time your program spends with the children of your community will have a direct effect on your program. These are your future players, and they will always hold on to the impactful experience you created for them. All right, let's talk about impacting the environment. Taking care of this earth we live on ensures the generations after us can enjoy what we have. Ensuring your campus and community are aesthetically pleasing can affect the morale of those under your influence. There are many organizations doing the work. They would love to have you join them. Student council definitely would love to help with your efforts. To impact the health of your community, you can do the following. As with the physical wellness of your players in your program, you can create a healthy impact in your community. Your program has opportunity to help those who cheer for you to better their health. With the experience of your staffs and the individuals in your community can receive elite health guidance, tips, and experiences. To impact the hunger in your community, you can do a lot. Many communities in the world are affected by hunger. Hunger is prevalent throughout high schools and may have a deep impact on your campus. Many of you listening or watching have athletes who come to school hungry and looking forward to the meals they will receive. I was a free and reduced student myself growing up, so I know firsthand the experience and the importance of those school meals. Your program, school district, and community individuals and organizations can combat this issue head on. Your athletes and their classmates will be glad you did such. All right, let's talk about career development. This is the last pillar of the player development program. Many student athletes have no clue of what to do when the final whistle blows. This area helps provide career programming that creates opportunities in externships, internships, and career placement. Career development is underestimated for this age group. The statistics are very high in regards to the number of players not making it to compete on the college level. When I was at the collegiate level, we talked a lot about the statistics of players not making it to the NFL because I work with football specifically. But in high school, across every sport, those numbers are astronomical. Preparing your players for something besides their sport is pivotal. There are many transferable skills they'll learn from competing that would help them in their future careers. Externships or career shadowing is a great way to start this. Externships provide introductory experiences and career exploration for your athletes to gain experience and exposure to career fields of interest. Individuals, companies, and organizations in the community and beyond can provide these learning opportunities for your players. These externships can lead to internships. Internships, these are great opportunities for your players to get real-world experience in the fields they are interested in. The summer months and off-season provide an ample amount of time for career development growth of your players. These experiences can also be added to their resumes and help them in being accepted to institutions of higher learning. And then career placement. Many of the players on your team are looking for or need jobs while they compete. Your involvement in this process can be monumental. Connecting with those who provide jobs and being a reference for your athletes will be instrumental in their placement. Helping them understand the transferable skills they possess helps them in resume creation and interview prep and actualization. Hosting a job fair at your facility can pay great dividends for your athletes. Please, please, please engage the alumni of your school in each of these pillars. Alumni provide passionate, committed individuals who are already ambassadors of your school. Alumni will be willing and grateful to help. Well, that's the player development program that you can create on your campus today.
There it is. That is a plan that can help you create the impact you want to see today. Once again, I've talked to you about filling out the survey to help me help you create plans. I also have a book that you can download that's called The Coach's Guide to Player Development, how player development can help your program. Coaches, check out the show notes, click the link, get the book. It's going to help you so much. I look forward to working for you. And as I always say, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait. Create that generational impact today. And coaches, while I got you, I want you to check out this playlist right here that talks about how player development can help your program. I did it in tandem with the book that, once again, you can purchase in the show notes. Have a great one. Please let me know in the comments what you learned. Please reach out. I really want to work with you. And I am excited that you are making a decision to create generational impact in your program.